Okay, gaming is pretty popular, and it's pretty obvious to see that it's not going anywhere. Whether you're a gamer yourself and you like to stream, or you're like me and you like to watch your favorite YouTuber or streamer, whether it's a competitive match or just kicking back and watching somebody play Minecraft, it's clear that it's popular. But what's really cool is oftentimes you'll see these gamer tags, and check these out. I'll put these here for you to see. And sometimes you might be thinking, well, hey, I'd like my own gamer tag logo or something like that. Maybe you're starting a Twitch stream, or maybe you're starting a YouTube channel or some other kind of esports thing that you need a logo for. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in Kittl. It's super easy. We have some amazing world-class illustrations specifically for the gaming niche that I think you're going to love. So hey, let's get started. But first, if you don't have Kittl, go ahead and sign up using the link down in the description. It's free to sign up, and you're gonna love it. It's super easy to use, and you can follow along with me while I go through and make these gamer tag logos. So let's get into it. Alright, to get started, I want to show you all of these different mascots we have. If I click on elements here, we can see that we have a gaming mascots illustration category. And so if I start scrolling, you can get a logo like an esports logo or a gaming logo or a team logo or anything like that for maybe Twitch, or you have a YouTube channel or anything like that. We even have some that have banners attached to them like these right here, so you don't even have to do any extra work. You can pop in some text and boom, you are ready to go. But we're going to make one from scratch with this illustration right here, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's go ahead and click in this kind of elvish, a sorceress or something like that, and we're going to size this up because it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be a pretty big part of our logo. We'll add text. You can hit the T button to easily add text quickly, and then if we go to the other tab here, we have some kind of techno futuristic kind of really sharp blocky sans serif / sharp serif fonts. I'm going to use this one right here called Brinky. I think it works really well. It does look kind of gamey, futuristic, electronic. And now we're going to add some effects. So I'm going to add some block shadow, and then I'm going to add this outer width because I'm going to give it that kind of 3D effect. It also just kind of looks very esports, very gamey like that. I'm going to make sure I change the angle a little bit to be towards the bottom right. And then I'll make sure that everything follows suit with the rest of that. I'm going to change my colors a little bit, make the colors in line with the rest of the palette. Now I'm going to choose a different font for Elven because this is going to be the bigger part, the bigger focal point here. So we're going to go with Dark Elven Gaming. That's going to be our logo. Maybe we have a Twitch stream, maybe we even have like gaming merch, apparel, things like that. Either way, I think this is going to be great for this style of logo. So now I just need to do a little bit of tweaking, line this up. I'm going to make the sorceress go down a little bit, then I can copy this, and what I can do, I'll pick a different font, but I still have these different effects in, and all I'm going to do is kind of type in a hyphen. And so you can easily add effects to different parts of the font. You don't have to use like blocks and create a bunch of shading and different things like that. I'll just use what I have available to me in the font here, like this little dash here. I'll make sure it's sized up the same way, and I'm just going to make sure it's under the E and the N just like this because we're creating a frame for the word gaming, which is going to be really, really cool. So what we need to do first though is hide some of these different areas that are kind of have little gaps here. So I've added this little block here, and all I'm going to do is make it the correct size it down a little bit, then I'm going to make it that green. So boom, I filled in that gap, then I filled in the gap over in the left. So now what I'll do is I'll duplicate this. I'm going to change this to gaming. Of course, it's way too big and it's got all these effects on it, so I need to make it definitely a lot smaller. That's a bit too small. Now I need to turn the effects off like this, and now we're going to put gaming here in the middle, and we're going to turn this to the green, and boom, we've made a little frame right there for gaming. So now we have Dark Elven Gaming, and it is ready to go just like that, just with using different components from the fonts. Now we're going to add some decoration. I like this color cut effect, and I also like having it kind of inset. You can add outer weights and things like that, so I think this looks pretty good. Now we have basic shapes that are in kind of shield forms, so I'm going to add this dark green with the outer green, and then I'm going to add some flames in the background because we have that staff and we have fire in her hand there. So I'm going to add flames in the background like they're coming out of the back of the shield, and I think that makes a really cool effect just like this. Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying this gamer logo tutorial, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button and then hit that red subscribe button. Then let me know down in the comments, what are you going to use this gamer style logo for? Are you starting up a Twitch stream? Are you starting a YouTube channel? Do you need it for something else? Maybe you have like an online team or something that you're playing with. I'd love to know, super interested to know, so let me know in the comments and let's get back to the tutorial. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take this frame, we're going to make a different color for the border. So I'm going to make the whole thing green, dark green, turn it to the back, and then if I add a little bit more border weight, you can see I've added a second one. So I just duplicated the shape, sent it to the back, and now we have a secondary outline. I'm going to do the same thing, add border weight to our sorceress here. I'm going to give it just a little bit of a different color here, maybe that kind of offish yellow, that pastel yellow, but now it's blending a little bit too much with the rest of the colors of the flames and the staff and the things like that. So you just got to do a little bit of tweaking. Just be careful, sometimes they'll mesh and look a little bit strange. Now I'm going to do some fine tweaking here. I'm going to make sure my sizing is looking okay, and then add some rays. So I put some rays in the background. I'm going to change my background color to make sure everything is the way it should be. Now I'm going to add some flames to the back of her hands. I think that looks really cool, kind of like her whole body is on fire basically, and I think that adds just a cool little subtle effect, and it makes it a little bit different, which is really cool about these mascots. You can get a totally different effect. Now I'm going to add a kind of orb ray. This is a transparent object, a gradient object. So boom, if I do that, and then if I go in here and I can turn the black down, you can see that the whole object becomes transparent. So boom, you can see like that's kind of luminescent there, but that's not exactly what we want to do. We want to make sure that both of the orbs there, both of the little swatches are the same yellow. So if I make one all the way down, now it is actually the color that I want it to. I don't want any weird kind of like edges and things like that. So all I have to do is find this basic shape and put it under my illustration, and now you can see there's that kind of glow behind her, which is really cool coming off the shield, and all I took was just adding a gradient shape there. So now I'm just doing some fine tweaking with color and things like that, and now what I'm going to do is group everything together. So if I select everything together like this, all I have to do is hit Command or Control G and everything is grouped. So now I'm going to do this as badge, and now what I'm going to do is kind of create a cool background effect. So what I'm going to do is change this to a darker green. So I have this gradient box, and I'm going to change it to a darker green, and now what I'm going to do is make sure they're both the same. Like I mentioned before, we want them both exactly the same, but I'm going to take this all the way down. When you select a new color, it becomes full. It's okay. Just take one of the gradient blocks down. And now I'm going to kind of create this glassy kind of title screen effect here. So if I put it in the background, it kind of looks like this is coming up. Maybe you're watching a stream or something like that, and there's this kind of title design that's going on right here with the rays there in the back. Now I'm going to make the illustration really, really big and turn the opacity way down as kind of like a preview. I'm going to add a little bit of texture just like this, put it behind the badge, and I think that is looking really good. Maybe we'll add some texture on top, and it gives it that just extra little bit of depth to the colors. And so here is our completed gaming logo for YouTube streaming or Twitch streaming or anything like that. I hope you had a ton of fun with this, and I can't wait to see what other kind of gaming logos you come up with using Kittl. Now, if you want to learn other cool tips and tricks in Kittl, check out these videos on my right. I know you're going to enjoy them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It means a lot, and that way you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, create magic.